Who asked someone how much they rest and they've done already?
What's up, what's up?
Who's in the house?
Us.
Everyone say your name!
Zach.
Hey.
You got tissues? This is the hell of his first show. Oh, was that a guess? Anyways, what's up, guys?
We just got back from Bacchanal.
Just got back. Today at 8:01 p.m.
Oh, those edibles kicked in hard.
Whoa. I was at Passover dinner.
I was
High
like,
as hell.
I was doing Jello shots in my bathtub.
Which was also filled with Jello. Shots.
Shots. Hey, we went hard. We went really hard.
Yeah, I'm amazed we made it to the show tonight, honestly.
Ugh, my back hurts from all that grass. I was not cold at all. Neither of us went to
No, we didn't
Bacchanal.
go to
We didn't
Bacchanal.
do it, but we tricked him. We're so excited for our show today. We have so many hilarious people, a lot of surprise attacks, a lot of people maybe you haven't seen before. Like, it's going to be a full show.
Watch out.
We're doing something a little different. We want to shake things up a little bit. Instead of ending with the big celebrity guest, we're going to begin with the big celebrity guest. Just like what happened at Bacchanal, right? I don't know. Maybe
That was a hell of a callback.
Thank you. Thank you. So
Let's get started. Please welcome to the stage. You've seen our Memento more before. You know we're from Portlandia. And please welcome our guest at the door. Come on in! Come on in! Thank you. You know we're from Portlandia and the Chris Kendrick Show. Please welcome to the stage Anna fabrega!
I'm sorry for those of you who are disappointed that I'm the big celebrity guest. Local hire. Thank you for accommodating me. I have to get to a dinner. Now, I need a little table, so... Oh good, and I'll get chalk on my notebook, just like I like. I'm gonna do an impression. Here goes the impression. That's an impression of me transcribing an audiobook. I was walking home late one night when a man grabbed me by the shoulders and he pinned me up against a wall and he said, "Tell me everything you know about women's fashion." And I said, "My God, where do I even begin?" Well, he spoke until the sun rose, and as we parted ways, he starts walking away, and I turned and said, "Wait, I didn't catch your name." And he says, "Calvin Klein." This is another impression.
Shit!
That's me putting my phone on airplane mode. Hey, Dad, can I take out the car? Sure, but you can't drive it. Okay. A few hours later. You know, those underage drivers, they gotta get the car out somehow. All right, let's see. I have a PowerPoint. I didn't know that there would be a PowerPoint that I could do in here, and I'm not sure how long it takes, so I just want to start it in case it takes longer than I think. So I'll go ahead and make my way to the computer where I'll hover over the open slides. I'll go ahead and I'll click that open. I'm going to go to, where is it? Where's presentation? There we go. Okay, so this is actually you're quite lucky because as students, you'll be graduating soon and you'll be hired on your ideas and what you think and how you think. And so I have some business ideas that I want to share as well. These are, they really run the gamut. So the first one is underwater flute playing, and what it does is it takes kids that can't get out of the house, their parents can't get them to go play outside. Now they can go, they have incentive to play outside, and they're still practicing their music, they're not letting go of their responsibilities. Now this is a fitness program that is, it uses the concept of the password strength to make you stronger. So you start out with light weights, imagine it's lowercase letters, and as you add weights, it's like you're adding special characters and you're capitalizing and you're adding numbers. Now this is a book that, this is really low-hanging fruit. I can't be the only person who saw that cover and misread it for a second and thought, oh, well, why didn't he just write this? This is a Carol spin-off. A what if? Oh, well, welcome everybody, please. Wow, the bus arrived.
Way to go.
Have a seat, settle in. We're just talking ideas right now. I mean, and what a better place than Columbia University. Okay. This is a sequel, or rather part, let me start that over. The Sound of Music should have been a 5-part movie series, right? I'm waiting for it. Now, we all know Mini Coopers. Now, I want to know, where is the Cooper? Just a regular-sized Cooper. I'd buy it. All right, this is orange juice for people that just want the pulp, because they make it with no pulp and they make it with some pulp, but what about those of us that like just pulp? This is an app. It's called Kite, and what you do is you open it up on a windy day and you just do this. That's the app. Every time you open it, it's a new kite. All right, 1 hour. 60 minutes was a hit. Let's do it again. This is a build your own sneakers. You go to the store, you pick out the different parts of the shoe you want, and then you get to build it yourself at home. Now, this is a pack of flyers that come in 3. And they come in 3 because if you lose one of them, you have the other 2 to use to find it. It's a little complicated, but it makes sense. All right, this is a shower cap. A shower cap with a brim, right? Because if you have no brim, that's not a cap. So let's go ahead and give it a cap, and that way your face doesn't get wet as well. Now, I think they should make American versions of imported beers. 2X's. I'm talking Crown. You know, I drink that. Now, I don't know what this looks like, but it's a reverse cheese grater. So it takes shredded cheese and it turns it back into a block. And it helps prevent waste, because sometimes you shred cheese and you don't use it all, and if you put it in a Ziploc bag, it's just going to go bad. But if you had a way to turn it back into a block, You'd be eating cheese for a long time. Alright, this is a 3-story laptop from Lenovo. It's very simple. On the first story, you got the trackpad. Second floor, you got your keyboard. And on the third floor, you got your screen. Lenovo, 3-story laptop. Okay, this is just one example of what could be a huge, huge source of income for our government. Every time there is a tragedy and the president has to leave town, they should make commemorative rings. Because people would buy them. And if that money went straight to the government, I mean, we'd have a much higher tax revenue. That's just me, Okay, airlines will offer you a seat with more legroom if you pay more, But what they're not taking this as far as they can. What they could do is give you the most space and have just one row in coach at the very back, and you get the whole rest of the plane. There's no seats, it's just a big empty plane. Give it more space. No, JetBlue, the most space. Okay, this is just a sign. I saw a sign that looked very similar to this, and I thought it was missing the last line. Cheeto Puff Slim. I mean, if you look closely, they're just regular Cheetos. When brands decide they're gonna make spin-offs of products, it's usually the same thing. They just repackage it. I see a big business opportunity here for Frito-Lay. Okay, now I want to get into something that's very near and dear to me. In 2016, I think it was in December, the Unicode Consortium got together and they decided what the new emojis were going to be. And one of them was this cowboy hat, smiley face. And when I saw it, I was thrilled. Clearly. But I thought, why didn't they take it further? Because the potential is huge, and it makes every emoji feel like 10 times more than what it is. And I'll show you some examples. So you see this one, it's like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. Put a hat on it. Wow, and then it becomes really cool. This one is so annoyed, and then you put the hat on it, and it's like... This one's so stressed out, and then, oh God, I'm gonna be late to the rodeo! This girl, you see her in the library, you know her. She's the one saying, can you guys keep it down? But this girl's like, what are you guys talking about? He's like, I don't know. And then he's like, what do you think of that? A pilot. Now, this might strike fear in many. Some people are very afraid of flying. I totally get it. But wouldn't you feel at ease if this was your pilot? I know I would. Those teachers giving you so much homework. But this teacher, recess all day. It's volume 1. You see, the book is volume 1. Just the little things you notice when you enlarge emojis. Now, okay, before you say anything, I know what you're thinking. Get that thing off the screen. I want nothing to do with that. I didn't come from that. But, you see this and you think, maybe we're not so different after all. This is a good idea. Sure, good idea. So this, great idea. Okay, that's the end of those business ideas. I'm not sure how I'm doing on time.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, oh shit! Okay, let's see, what do I want to do with my last 30 seconds? Let's see, I already did that. Okay. Alright, this will be a really short one. Damn! I bet the little girl from Monsters, Inc. is so hot now. Alright. Thank you very much. We all, from the bottom of our hearts, all wish you have a lovely dinner.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Our next guest performer is not only a guest performer, but a host performer.
His name starts with an N, ends with a K. Nigrobola!
Jordan knows other things about me. So I just found this out. Have you guys heard the news? Did you guys hear this big story that just came out? Ariana Grande is 2 feet tall. We're like, Ariana Pickett? Yeah, okay. Everyone who took French in high school was like, quoi? I have some bad news now. I have some bad news. It's actually really serious. I've been thinking about transferring. So I applied and I just heard back for the fall semester. I didn't get into Kale. And I got deferred from cookies. It's like, who's gonna take me? Great, now we're done with the jokes. Those are the only 2 jokes that I wrote for tonight. Thank you so much. We're done with jokes. Instead of writing a set, I wanted to just get fucking real with you guys real quick. So, if you know me and I've talked to you for more than 10 seconds since October, you know that I've been sick this whole year. Because I've made a point of telling everyone I know. It's gotten to the point that it's kind of ridiculous. Because when you're healthy all the time, and then you tell a friend you're sick, they're like, oh my gosh, like feel better. I'm so sorry. When you've been sick for like 7 months, people are like, come on! Damn it! Get over it, dude! People get like, it really starts to irritate people, you know? Because you can, I wish that people felt more comfortable just being like, wow, my genes are better than yours, you know? I would be like, hey, I'm sick. It's gonna be like, I haven't been sick in like 10 years. And I'm like, what are you doing right now? Like, what's going on, man? My parents are both like really, really Catholic. So when I got really sick, immediately I was like, okay. Doctors were like, you know, it could be mono. It wasn't. Like, it could be cancer. It wasn't. And I was like, I know what's up. I had a boner in the bus on my mission trip. I get it. Like, I understand. You don't have to give it to me with sugar on top, Doc, okay? Just tell me, fire and brimstone. I want it. At least in New York, people get it, because New York is just like gross everywhere, right? But I'm from the suburbs. I'm from a town where people watch The Social Network and feel bad for the Winklevoss twins, right? So when you tell people, like, oh my, they're nice boys. They just want to row. They just want to row their little boat in code. That could be you, son. Jesus, okay. Feedback from the... so when you're talking to like wasps about being sick for so long, they're like, oh, you have to try this thing. It's called water. It's called one pipette drop of ginger in your mouth before bed. That doesn't work for you, it works wonders for me. I've become such a germaphobe as a result of being sick all the time. So now I'm like the roommate that's like slowly like brewing resentment in my home because of dishes, you know? Or because of like surfaces. Like it got to the point where I got so petty about it that I would just put the recycling bin full of someone else's shit just right next to their door and just wait just to see what would happen. No? Okay. So you guys are all fucking dirty, gross people? That's what I'm getting from that. Okay, we're not gonna have petty roommates? Yeah, it's kind of nice to be sick because it gives you a lot of time to reflect, you know? And I'm getting the light. It gives you a lot of time to reflect, you know? You see who's really got your back, you know? Because you see some people and you're sick and you're still sick when you see them 6 months later and they're like, But you see your real friends. You see real friends and they're like, what's up, man? You still sick? Bring it in. I'll wipe down all the fucking surfaces and shit. Okay, that's all my time. Thank you, guys.
next comedian. What's so funny about this one is that the person that referred him to us, his name is Alex. The person who's performing, his name is Alex. When I was in high school, there were 5 people named Alex. Those are all my facts about Alex's. It just seems like everyone these days is named Alex, and I don't know if you can show that you're different than any other Alex, but here's your chance. Let's give it up for Alex Grace!
For reference, those other 3 Alexes are my brothers. This is my first Memento Mori. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. God. Did you guys have a good bacchanal? I got drunk with my friend from high school over spring break. And when he gets drunk, his problematic side comes out. And he's one of those like people who are smart but dumb. And like he's very book smart, he's very book smart, but he's too ignorant to know when he's being like racist. And so the best way I could describe him is if you went to the pound and you got a puppy, cutest little puppy in the world, and then that puppy barked, but it sounded exactly like the N-word, that would be the puppy that my friend is. I told my mom I was going to do some comedy at Columbia, and she was really, really excited. She was like, I'm so excited, you're going to be just like that Indian guy from Master of None. He's my favorite, what's his face? I sneezed, I'm sorry. You'll be just like I sneezed, I'm sorry. And she was so excited. As you can tell, my mom's a white lady. In the first one, she's a white lady, but my dad's a black dude, and I don't look like either of my parents, because like, they made me this nice peanut buttery toasted marshmallow color with, which basically just turned out to be white mom, black dad, Jeff Goldblum with Bollywood hair. I don't know, I think my mom, she might have cheated on my dad, but she could get it in the 80s. Let's keep this a brown train rolling. My ex-girlfriend is like super duper pale. And so when we'd have sex, it would kind of just look like if old Michael Jackson and like younger Michael Jackson were fucking each other. And while I was having sex one time, the thought came into my head of like what that would sound like. And it was a lot of, I'm sucking off the man in the mirror, and like bad sex parodies of Michael Jackson songs with inadvertent hee-hees like thrown in. I'm gonna do an impression for you guys on the brown thing. This is famous comedian Kumail Nanjiani talking about his favorite food. I love salad. I have a friend who has this really, really cute, really quirky habit of never texting first for like menial things. He'll always call like immediately when he wants something from you. And I had to hold an intervention for him because he would call me like all the time, like thrice daily for nothing. And his response was, you know, if I just call them, they'll respond faster instead of texting them. And I said, that's lunacy. If you wanted to get someone's attention on the street, you tap them on the shoulder lightly and be like, hello. You wouldn't go up to them, fucking punch them in the face, and go, wanna go to JJ's? Like, that's not how you would get like a stranger's attention. I was voted most likely to advertise low interest rates on 2007 Nissan Altimas by my high school class on account of my inflatable tube man body that I've been working with. I was driving by a car lot the other day and I saw one of the tube guys, and I thought about like, who does this work on? Like, who is enticed to come into the car lot? Like, buy the tube man? Does it put people in like a buying mood? Because like it being wacky and like undulating gets people to buy things. When a Girl Scout shows up to my door like, want a Thin Mint? I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Because I don't want Girl Scouts getting their like tube arms in my Samoas. Have you guys seen Call Me By Your Name? You guys know Call Me By Your Name? There's this really hot scene in Call Me By Your Name, spoiler alert, where they call each other by their names. And, while calling each other by their names. It doesn't make any sense, by the way. Like on paper it shouldn't be hot, like calling each other by your name, like it's a meaningless thing. So I put it to the test, and it's totally not hot, pro tip, to call your partner by someone else's name entirely. Especially someone you don't know, like you can't just be having sex and being like, oh yeah, you like that? Your dick's so big, Vice President Spiro Agnew, oh my god. Oh, George Costanza, fuck me, and like, none of those are good things to leave you. This is just a little thoughtlet for you that woke me up in the middle of the night. It's that Tide Pods are the soup dumplings of laundry. Thank you. Let's give it over to Alex Graves! Woo! Our next comedian. Her name starts with a J, ends with an M. Please give it up for Jordan Allen!
Thank you. Quick question. Does anyone here have a bone in their right wrist? Woo! Like, I think everyone, okay, cool. Sometimes it feels like it's just me. And those are the darkest days. I'm honestly the most insecure about this bone and my scalp. I feel like anytime anyone looks at me, they're looking at my scalp. There's a lot of white space up there, and I don't like it. Unlike all of you, I was a good daughter this weekend, and I sacrificed my bacchanal to celebrate my mother for her birthday. And it was wonderful. It was so much fun, and so much more fun for me. And I was talking to lots of ladies and lots of people at the party, and one of my mom's friends from her childhood, she came up to me and she was like, Jordan, I feel so free. I quit my job. I am now smoking so much pot. I am having so much sex. I've essentially I don't know, I've just regressed. I'm it's as though I'm in college. It's as though I'm you. So it was fun to find out that my mom's friends think I'm much cooler than my friends. My friend recently told me that I need to stop acting like a cartoon, which was a big slap in the face and something that I needed to hear. I'm not smoking the weed. I'm not doing that. I always thought I'd be the type of person that'd be paranoid if I smoked weed, and then I ended up not being that type of person, but I will not have it because I'm still paranoid that I might be paranoid. And then in terms of sex, ooh. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, is there sex? Is there sex anywhere? I'm looking for the sex. I don't see the sex. And then the sex just never comes, and neither do I. Anyways, I did share, I shared a yawn with a stranger recently. I think that's one of the most beautiful things that you can share with a stranger. You both have this experience at the same time, this bodily experience, and I'll never see him again. Didn't get his number, but I did feel like I made as big of an impression on him as he did on me. I am a lover, not a hater. But now that I've
said that I can tell you about this kid in my Buddhism class who annoys the shit out of me. I've never spoken to him, but last class he asked me for a pencil because of course he wasn't prepared for class. Like, of course. So I was gonna give it to him, and I did. But I still wanted him to get that I don't like him. So I was like, I was saying a lot of things with my eyes. I'm gonna tell you what I was saying with my eyes with my voice right now. And I was like, you think you're cool? Like, what's up? You think you're just cool? Like, oh, you think, you're just wearing AirPods and you think that's cool? Like, you think your ears are so strong and that you don't need the string? Like all of us civilians, you don't need the string? Like, I'm sorry, like, my ears are strong. Like, I'm taking a PE class called Core Strength. Like, I have strong ears. Like, I don't know what your deal is. Like, check my coursework. Like, I don't know what's up, dude. Like, and he's just, like, on his computer, like, doing his coding homework, his, like, Python class. And I'm like, dude, you think you're the only one who's taking a coding class? Dude, check my coursework. Like, I have an intro to Java. I don't understand what anyone's saying, but like, dude, you're not the only one who knows how to code. Like, you just, like you're a Python. Like, your mom is a Python. Dude, what's up? And I'm just like saying all this with my face, and I just like give him the pencil, and he gets it. And then like I saw him yesterday, and like I was just passing him by, and I was so ready to like tell him all this stuff, just like to his face. And I passed him, and like my first instinct was, hi! Which is register in my voice that I never use normally, and I had to go, hi! Right afterwards to get that out of my system. Like, why did I go so high up? And now he thinks we're best friends, and like I just gotta stop acting like a fucking cartoon. That's all from me.
Let's give it up for Jordan Allen one more time. Someone once said that Jordan and I both look like escaped Muppets.
Yeah.
Came into the real world.
It was the same person.
What?
It's the same. The person who called me a cartoon is the same person
Oh,
who called me.
that's brand consistency. Please welcome to the stage, for the first time, to the Memento Mori stage. You know her from Chow to Sketch Comedy, Hannah Leland!
Hello. It is, as Nick said, my first time in Memento Mori. Not my first time in a math room, though. I'm actually a math major. I took my first steps over there. That corner is where I sleep. I brought this piece of paper, but I folded it really small, so it's very inconspicuous. I want to tell you guys about this revelation I had recently. I was hanging out with my friend, and we were figuring out what we wanted to do, and she suggested going to a frat party, and I was like, not really my jam, but I go along with things. I'm cool, let's do it. All right, so we get dressed up, we go to Frat Row, and outside of one of the houses, the frat houses, there's a line of people, like down the stairs and then down the street, and at the top of the stairs, at the doorway to the frat house, there's a frat brother, and he's making these like arm motions, and he's like, no, like go home. There's nothing here for you. Go, leave, and everyone's like, God. And it was in that moment I realized what a beta blocker is. So I spent this weekend. I did not go to Bacchanal. I was visiting my boyfriend in Boston. That's kind of been is a new development this semester. I'm dating not only a real life person, but a high school crush. Yeah, that's right, yeah. So it's great to know I've accomplished the greatest thing I'll ever be able to accomplish. I actually, for your use, I I made a 3-step program, how to get your high school crush to date you. This is what I did, it'll work for anyone. So you wait until you're both in town over break in your small pressure cooker suburb, and then you text 5 times in succession, so when are we gonna hang out? And then you stop being the fucking dweeb you were in high school. Alright, so that's my 3-step process. We went to Chipotle this weekend. They're so nice there. I forgot how nice they were. The man who was taking my order, he was making my bowl, and he was like, "Do you want any rice this time?" How great is that? Like, my rice choice this time, it will not define me, my rice choices in the future, or the rice choices I have already just, that struck me, that really moved me. And so I took a bus to get to Boston. I took a bus, and I don't really like taking the bus, mostly because I always end up sitting next to someone whose snacks really intimidate me. Like, I feel kind of targeted. Like, 2 times ago when I was visiting, I took a bus and I brought a bagel with cream cheese, a humble food, a decent food, and the woman next to me brought like 3 Tupperwares out, one after another, of like a roast and like vegetables, and I was like, what's going on? And this time I brought bagel with peanut butter. I stepped it up a little, and the woman next to me first brought out some bread, and I was like, awesome. She gets it, and then she took out an avocado and started slicing it and spreading it on the bread, and I felt very intimidated by that, which I didn't like. I prefer traveling on planes in general. I think planes are much better. You get there faster, you can go further, and it's cool because it's in the air. One thing I don't really understand about planes, though, is when you're on a plane and you like hit the like sweet spot where you're like going like then it's all good. You can take off the seatbelts, like you're cruising, and the pilot goes on the loudspeaker and it's like, you are now free to roam about the cabin. Like, sounds great, but honestly, I've tried, and all the talk about roaming, they don't really want you to. Like, I got out of my seat, I started walking around, and immediately a flight attendant was like, "Are you looking for the bathroom?" Like, I'm roaming. Sorry. I don't know what you want me to say. You suggested it. I'm just taking a stroll. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's one thing I don't really understand about airplanes. And I want to finish up just, this is a shameless plug for my new surrogacy organization called Get a Womb. Thank you.
Keep it up for Hannah and Oliver coming to the home tonight!
And babies, we got another show. Not next week, but the week after.
I'm really uncomfortable that you refer to the entire group of people as babies.
I don't know, I'm trying it out.
Week after next, we got another show. Please be there. A bunch of people came out tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. Yeah. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you guys then.
Woo!
It's